Hello and welcome to the Hello World Unidirectional Transmitter and Receiver code example for LISNR Radius SDK 2.0. Here I will be going through the exact same steps as this SDK document page guide that you can find via the portal. At the end of this video, you can expect to build an app just like this. So, let's get started. For setup, I'm going to be opening Android Studio. The version I'm using is Giraffe. Once launched, I want to create a new project with no activity and hit next. Here, I'll name my project Hello World. I'm also going to choose the language, which will be Java, and the minimum SDK, which is Android 7. Then Groovy DSL at the last one and hit finish to let that project be created. Once it's been created, I'm going to open that, then here in Java, and right at the top of this folder, I'm going to create a new Java class within it. I'll call it HelloWorldActivity. Now I'm going to pop back to the guide to step 6 and copy in the code from there, and insert it in the file. Make sure that when you copy in the code that your package name is the same as the build ID that you can find within your Gradle app level. Right here. As you can see in this file, there are a few errors in red. Let's not worry about this for now, as we'll address them later. Our next step is to add in the SDK token. This is so that the SDK functionality will work within our app. To create an SDK token, I've created an app called Hello World in my LISNR portal, and here, under App Management, I'm going to create an SDK token tied in with Android application ID. I can find that here in the Build Gradle app level. I'll copy it over now to the portal. And just like that, I've created my SDK token I can use. So I'm going to copy that over to my string value here. Alright, we've added the Java file for this app, which covers the functionality. Now let's focus on the UI of the app. To do this, expand the REST folder, then expand the layout folder. If the layout folder does not exist, create a directory called layout. Right-click on the layout folder and select New, and then Layout Resource File. Name this new file an appropriate name. I'll be using HelloWorldActivity.xml, and then copy over the following content from step 9 in the guide. And that's your app UI sorted. We're almost there now. We're going to locate the manifest file, AndroidManifest.xml, and then add the following line in step 10 inside this manifest tag. This will be for my permissions. Next, I will add the following line inside of the application tag, just like this. The last thing we need to do for the manifest file is add the following snippet inside of the application tag. Make sure that the Android name matches the corresponding name of the file in step 6. And that's your manifest file sorted. The last final step to be able to build this app is to sort out these errors. To do this, we need to add the Radius SDK into this app project. Back to the code example guide, there's a link to the Add Radius to Existing App page, which I will be following. To download the Radius SDK 2.0, I'm going to go back to the portal, to the developer resources, and download the SDK from this page. Once I've downloaded the SDK, I'm going to open it and copy over the AAR file into my app project. So head to your Android Studio project and click into App, then Libs, and then paste over that SDK file into here. Head back into your Android Studio environment and you'll see that the errors are still there. That's because we have one final step, which is to include the SDK within the dependencies. In the app level build Gradle file, add the following to the dependencies section. Make sure to change the placeholder to the actual version number. Last but not least, I'm going to sync the project with Gradle files. As you can see, all the red errors that were there before are now resolved. You are now ready to build this app on a device. When you build and run the app on a physical device, it should look like this. Way to go! You have now successfully built the Hello World unidirectional transmitter and receiver using our LISNR Radius Android SDK 2.0. Thanks for watching!